Hey ladies, it's Arlene. I just wanted to make a quick tutorial on how I made a couple of the interactive pages in my Mariposa mini album because I got a couple requests. So on this page here, I created this flap on the chipboard page, and basically how I did that was, and I'm not going to adhere this yet because I'm actually working on this right now. This is just a different size. This is 4x6. So what you do is you take your chipboard and you cut out a piece of really good quality cardstock. Now this one is Basil, and this measures the same size as the chipboard, which is what I did here. I used a 4x8 piece of cardstock, and the chipboard page size is 4x8. Okay, so I take the same size, and then what I do is I score it down 1 inch. Let me get my trimmer here. Okay, so basically what I do is I find the 1 inch score line here, and I just go ahead and score it. Okay, and remember, when you fold a score line, you always want to fold it mountain in, meaning if you see the bump here, this is the inside of the fold. Okay, and that's important because the paper will kind of tear and give if you try folding it the other way. Okay, so then you just go ahead and score it down with your bone folder. Okay, and then basically what you do before you lay down the paper onto your chipboard, it's really, really easy, is you just put some adhesive on this side, on the back side of the paper that's going to be folding. Just make sure you line it up when you adhere it down. Okay. And so basically you get this page that'll open up like this once you adhere it down. Okay, and then to reinforce it over time, because this is going to keep opening and closing and opening and closing, what you can do is take now this, like I mentioned, this is 4x6. So I took a piece of extra Basil cardstock, the same from the same paper. I measured it 4x1, so it's basically 4x1, and then I scored it at the 1/2 inch mark. And then what you can do this before you lay the paper down, or you can do it after, it doesn't matter. Probably easier to do it after, but put some sticky strip on both sides here and adhere it down right at the bend. And this provides that extra reinforcement that you need. So when your paper, when this page opens and closes and opens and closes over time, you have this extra piece to keep it sturdy. Okay, got it? And then once this is adhered down, you basically take your designer paper and you lay it down like right over that. Okay, so it's basically going to look like this, and then you can cover this part here. Okay, to basically give you a sheet, so you can cover it up with whatever, you know, designer paper, so you can't even see it. And that's what I did here, is I covered it with, actually I didn't cover it with designer paper, but I used a lace here. Okay, so that's basically what I did, but I did cover it with designer paper on the outside. And so basically it looks like that, and then you can put the designer paper on there like that. Okay, so that's how I made that page. And then I also had questions about how I created the page using the paper bags from Michaels. So let me get to that page real quick here. Okay, here it is. Okay, so it's this page right here on my mini album. So I used the little black paper bags from Michaels, this is a pocket here, to create this flap on the side of my mini album page. Okay, so let me show you how I did that. So the bags that I'm using are the Celebrated bags, and these are 3.5 by 2 by 6 3/4, and they're 16 bags in a pack. Okay, and so let me show you how I did that. So you'll need 2 paper bags, paper sacks, and basically what you do is you, so this is what the bag looks like, right? You basically take one of the bags and you fold it in. Okay, that's all you need to do so far. Just fold that one in. Okay, so you got that guy. And then on the second bag, you also want to fold it in, okay, because you want to get that score line right there going. And then you can use your bone folder, of course, to tighten up the folds. Okay, so make sure you use your bone folder, and also bone fold this way and this way, because the paper bags aren't really scored too well. I mean, they're scored, but they aren't like scored heavily. Okay, so you take that And then what I do, because this is actually the page that's going to connect to the cardstock, or to the chipboard, I'm sorry. So basically what I do, I'm just going to kind of scoop this over so you can see. So you see how it's kind of folding on there? That's this page right here, okay? But you don't want this huge chunk of bottom of the paper bag popping through your designer paper, because trust me, once you lay this down, you're going to feel this huge chunk of paper bag under there. So what I did is I folded it back in half like this, and remember this is the score line where it's going to bend, and I basically just cut off, and I'll go ahead and do that now. I basically just cut off the bottom of the paper bag, because I don't want this too chunky under my design paper. Okay, and then what I did from there to close off the bottom of my bag, because you want to make sure that that's closed off, because you're going to be adhering this side down, and this will be adhering to your paper, but you don't want this opening up or anything, is you want to take your adhesive. Okay, and let's see if this is going to run, because I didn't. Nope. I'm sure all of you have run into that problem where you have to actually clear the way of your glue because it dries up. Okay, so you just basically take your adhesive and you're just basically going to nail down that opening. Okay, and you can use your ATG or whatever you want to do. It's kind of difficult to use an ATG gun to get in between those pieces of paper, but anyhow, whatever adhesive you have, just bind it down. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your chipboard piece, and this is basically how I put it together, is I laid this piece down, okay, and you're looking at it here, okay, so this is what it looks like, okay, and then I took this page and I tucked it in right under there, okay, and adhered that down. So then you have this, okay. But before I actually did all of that, just so you know, what I did is I lined up these bags together so that they were flush on this side. You can do that by kind of tapping it on your table this way. And then I made from here to here 4.5 inches, which means you basically trim off about 1/4 inch from the side of the bag. And that way you get a nice clean finish on the bag. You don't have these little ruffled ends from the bag. Okay, so so once you adhere those together, and you have this little thing going on here, it's going to look like that. Okay, oops, sorry. Hold on, guys. This piece is the piece that goes here, so that lays down like that, and this is the piece that's going to have the pocket. Okay, the pocket here. Okay, so that's basically what it looks like. Okay. Once you got that, and this is adhered down, this becomes a pocket because you're going to adhere the sides here with sticky strips, so you have a little pocket, and then it opens up like this. This is the part that's going to be bound to your chipboard. You're then just going to lay down your design paper, okay? And then now you have like this little flap. But that's basically it, so hopefully that was helpful, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.